Hey everyone, it's Angella Hochman, your host of In the Kitchen on STL TV, where we give you the most delicious glimpse into our rockin' food scene here in town. I am so delighted to have not one, but I've got two guests. I got two powerhouses with me in the kitchen. I've got Gallina, the co-owner of Take Root Hospitality, and she brought along her trusty sidekick, executive chef at Winslow's table, Panosh. How are you two doing?
Wonderful. How are you?
Excellent. Thanks for having us, Angela.
Oh, I am so happy. I was giddy to learn you were going to be my guest. I texted the producer, are you serious? They're coming in the kitchen. So here we are. I might geek out a little bit. You guys, what are we gonna make today?
So today we're going to start with our grain salad.
Grain salad, okay.
This is like a signature Winslow's table dish from day one. Something that's always on our lunch menu and now on our dinner menu. And it is a great way to just kind of see what's in season. It's healthy. It's like really fills you up and satisfies you, and it's almost always vegan.
And it's always delicious and just so beautiful. I love how I think all of your menu items really capture these robust and really bold colors. So who is responsible for a salad like this? Is this your doing?
It's a little bit more of just some teamwork between Chef Michael, Chef Aaron, and I.
Okay. Well, why don't we get started? You can put me to work as you trust me.
Okay, so we'll start with our squash hummus. We have some chickpeas.
Those are just cooked. We cook those fresh from fresh dried beet.
Okay.
Kind of makes the hummus really pop and super smooth.
Soak them overnight. So then what we do here is we have our roasted squash. So we'll roast the bells, the bottom part.
Okay.
And then what I do is I save the seeds and all the stuff inside, and then take the skin from the roasted squash and make a stock with it just to reinforce, because sometimes people add water and whatnot to make it smooth.
I love that you use every piece of it.
Flavor on flavor.
Nothing goes to waste. Flavor on flavor.
It's definitely
I love
kind
it.
of part of our philosophy is to make sure that we're not wasting anything. We're utilizing products, to the best of our ability. And this is, I actually don't think I even knew about that technique. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that.
We're all learning here today, Tara.
I know.
So then we have tahini that we turn into tahina, which is an emulsified version of the tahini.
I did not know.
It's like the secret ingredient to our hummus. So it's just not just the tahini, but they take garlic, let it macerate in lemon juice, so it kind of takes away some of that sharpness and spiciness. But then when you blend that with just tahini and a little bit of oil, it's really, it's really delicious. It's good just as like a salad dressing on its own.
Yes. I know, because I am a huge peanut butter fan, and they're kind of along the same lines.
Yeah.
And just a little sip of that, and I'm good.
Yes.
Okay, what else?
We're gonna add some sea salt. We like to season as we go. Then we have a little spice mixture, a little bit of garlic and cumin, and a little bit of citric acid in there.
Thank you for telling me. A lot of times I ask chefs, I'm like, what's in your spice mix? And they're just
Well, I like to
not
use
sharing.
fresh squeezed lemon juice, but sometimes the lemon becomes a little bit more overpowering and you're just looking for a little acidity.
Yes.
So the citric acid really helps with that.
Fantastic.
So now we will start to blend and then slowly stream in our squash.
Good thing it's got the lid right on.
Yes, otherwise you're in the splash zone.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, that's gonna be good.
Yeah, the hummus is really delicious in this salad, but we also sell it in our prepared foods case, and it's like a perfect thing to pick up and just keep in your fridge to enjoy with some veggies or pita or chips or whatnot. I love it.
Sounds
really good.
so good. So talk a bit about how when you and your husband, also co-owner of Take Root Hospitality, Michael, how you two decided to change from Winslow's home to Winslow's table.
Yeah, so going back in time, 2019, we had our first restaurant, Vicia, for about 2 years, and a really sort of kismet opportunity came up with the previous owners of Winslow's home and ourselves, and we kind of got to talking, and they were ready to kind of move on from that part of the business, but we were really excited about the opportunity to have more of a daytime concept, someplace that could be a bakery and kind of an all things, for all people type spot. And so I just loved going there.
Who doesn't?
Even before we moved to St. Louis from New York, that was a place we would visit when we would come to visit Michael's family. I brought my daughter there when she was like a newborn. I just have so many great memories of it.
Yeah.
So it was kind of a perfect opportunity. And
serendipitous.
So,
Did you ever think this is going to be part of our concept?
I never thought I'd have a restaurant, let alone 4 now. But at the time, yeah, definitely not. And it's a community spot. It's I even just walked in there this morning, just meet Brandon, grab my coffee, hit the road, and I'm like, I just feel so warm when I'm there. It just, people are there from not just University City, but around St. Louis, but we see just so many familiar faces. Families, it's a place to connect, it's a place to have a business meeting, it's a place just to treat yourself to a killer lunch and a cup of coffee and read a book, you know, whatever you need it to be, that's kind of what Winslow's is.
And I love that even you, as one of the owners, still feels that sense of just like comfort and zen when you walk in. Usually I feel like you walk in, you're like, okay, someone needs to bust that.
I mean, I always feel that. That's always there. But on top of that, I feel just still a tremendous amount of pride in what we do there and the food that, you know, our Brandon and the team puts out and the bakery and just the warm hospitality. It's just, it's just a special spot.
That comes from the top. And the word on the street is that you were one of the first hires at Visia?
Yes, straight out of culinary school.
Straight out.
Oh my gosh.
Even before, Brandon worked one of our pop-up dinners that Michael and I did back pre-Visia times when we were just trying to stay busy and wait for the restaurant to be ready to open. And so we met Brandon. I still remember it.
I remember I had my little culinary school hat on. I had my culinary lights on.
Shirt with your chef,
the last
Chef
8
Brandon?
weeks, yeah, it didn't say Chef Brandon. The last 8 weeks of our culinary school was an externship. So we had, the way the culinary school was developed or designed was pretty unique. So then we ended up having to do an externship, and I did whatever I could to get a hold of them and ended up
And it was
Showed
awesome.
up at their door,
And when we opened Visia, we actually did serve lunch because this was before we had Winslow's table.
Yeah.
And the grain salad was one of the first things on our Visia lunch menu. So this is like Brandon, our connection to this dish in particular is, it goes way back.
I love it. Deeply, deeply rooted. And so at Winslow's table, it's breakfast, lunch, dinner. Talk to me about these decadent smash burgers that I will vouch for are some of the best I've ever had.
Yeah, they're good. I mean, I'll you know, it's simple, but I think the way they you know, the technique to smash it on the seasoning, quality of ingredients.
Yeah.
It's, you know, it's a burger, you know? We're not
But
trying to
it's
make it
so
anything
more
more than just a really good
trying
smash
to
burger.
reinvent the wheel.
Yeah.
But there's something so nostalgic about it. And so also, you recently added, it's a midday.
Yeah, I mean, midday is kind of a perfect time to stop in, grab a pastry, grab a scoop of Clementine's ice cream. You know, our lunch menu now is available all afternoon. So if you're like me and you're like 4 o'clock and you're like, shoot, I didn't eat lunch today, but I'm not really ready for dinner. Come on in, you know, you can grab something to eat. And it's kind of perfect for that.
And everything is locally sourced. You are incredibly connected to the local farm scene here. Talk about how some of your ingredients find their way to your tables.
So we work with Winslow's Farm in Augusta. They bring a lot of really unique ingredients, especially during the spring. Lots of really nice mixed greens, baby carrots, kale, different peas. And then we also work with Earth Dance Farm in Ferguson.
Oh yeah.
We've taken a few field trips out there and
Both places, yeah.
Both
It's
places.
great to bring our teams out. And
Oh,
see
I
all
bet.
this,
To see this is where we're starting.
Yeah.
It's nice.
That is so cool.
Yeah, as much as possible, you know, depending on the time of year, more, you know, once we get into the spring and summer, the menu is just, super local. So we're all chomping at the bit for springtime.
Oh,
and
I
all these things to pop up
bet.
out of the ground.
I bet. And there's gonna be, you've got a lovely patio that's just waiting for some more sunshine here in St.
We
Louis.
drove by on their way out today. I'm like, oh, it needs to be warm.
Yeah, I
I'm
know.
excited to see people sitting out here.
Yeah, exactly. Well, when we come back, we are gonna finish up this seasonal, incredible salad with delightful grains and veggies and all that good stuff to make you feel good. But we're also going to venture into a sandwich unlike any sandwich I have ever had. We're gonna take a quick peek at the Cellar, which is also part of Winslow's table. A beautiful space downstairs where our own Angella Sharpe took her field trip there. So we will see you when we return.
Dad,
Just 1 minute, okay?
hey Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad? Do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Hey there, it's Angella Sharpe. On the road, in the kitchen style. I am in the basement of Winslow's table, right in front of the Cellar shop. We're gonna jump inside and talk to Kara. She's with the Cellar shop, which is part of Take Root Hospitality. They're gonna show us everything that they've got in here. I saw some unique items already, so I'm really excited. Let's go inside and check it out. All right, Kara, with Take Root Hospitality and the Cellar shop. So I'm kind of new here. Explain to me how all this works.
As far as Take Root Hospitality is
Yes.
kind of the umbrella company that is responsible for Vicia, which is our farm-to-table restaurant in the Cortex, also Taqueria Morita, and then we have Winslow's Table, which is upstairs, the Cellar Shop, which is downstairs, and then Bistro La Florson, which is our French restaurant on Clayton and Lydown.
Okay, so that's taking care of a lot of range and different food options.
Yes, definitely.
And then down here is mostly gifts and kind of fun, unique items.
Yes, we definitely have a really beautiful selection of fine foods and wine, but in addition to making that a gift, you can also add a candle or, I don't know, maybe an essential oil or a notebook.
I love it. Well, let's talk about some of these unique items. I know you've got a whole ton of stuff, but you did pull some really unique ones for us today.
I did. So we definitely carry a lot of local products, but there's so many wonderful small businesses throughout the country and the world that I like to focus on a little bit of everything and not pigeonhole us into Missouri, but we are going to start here. This is One Canoe 2, so they are in Fulton, Missouri, and do a lot of really cute stuff that we carry throughout the shop. We have tea towels and glassware, and these are their puzzles. This is their newest one, which is the National Parks, and we got it because, of course, it has the arch on it. And we have for the NA fad, that is hopefully not a fad, but people are really into right now, we have Say So, which is two women that really wanted to make cocktails at home and couldn't really find a lot of easy ways to go about that. So they came up with this company. So these are actually tea bags that have herbal mixtures in them that replicate cocktails. So we love these because A, they're super easy and you get a really nice product, but also if you have somebody who is not like a non-drinker and somebody who is a drinker, you can sort of enjoy the same feel.
Yeah. I don't drink, so this is perfect for me.
These are Goodeo chocolates, so these come out of Finland. They are gluten-free and vegan for the most part, outside of, I believe the caramel one has a little milk because, you know, caramels. But they come in really interesting flavors. We have a lemon, salted caramel, caramelized rosemary, and then a fennel chocolate. But I just absolutely adore the packaging on them. They make for really great baskets. And then moving over here, we as a shop have decided to try and get away from plastic as much as we possibly can. Unfortunately, a lot of beauty products come in plastic, but we found parrotfish, which is all no waste, extremely natural, really beautiful products. So we have their argan shampoo and conditioner, their peppermint shampoo and conditioner, right? These are bars, so absolutely no plastic used. And then we have some of their body washes as well, which is a rosemary apple cider and a coffee clementine exfoliator. And then we kind of went around the world here. Now we're coming back to St. Louis, and this is Soft Shadow Candle Company. So this is a really wonderful company that was owned by a woman who was a flight attendant. And then when the pandemic hit, she got grounded and decided to start pouring candles, and her scents are absolutely amazing.
If someone comes in here, could you or one of the other people that work here kind of guide them along? Like they're like, oh, I'm looking for my sister and she likes this. You can kind of help them pick out what they need.
Yeah, with just a couple of questions, we can put together a really beautiful basket, which we do. So that's kind of one of our specialties, is a really beautiful basket stuffed with all the goodies and then wrapped in a big, beautiful cellophane wrapping in a bow, so it looks very ornate. And what I like to tell people is, like, regardless of your budget, we can always make it look really fantastic.
Is there anything you would like to tell everybody that maybe hasn't stopped by this area before? Like, is there something you feel like they should know?
Yeah, as far as all the products on the shelves, we have tried them all and researched them all diligently. So sustainable, small business, you know, just not on Amazon type of thing, you know, making sure that we're supporting people who are, you know, just the small guys. And yeah, extremely curated. I've tasted every wine on the shelf myself. And then a lot of the products too, because, you know, that's what I like to do.
That's what you got to do.
Yeah.
When is this Cellar shop open?
We are open when Winslow's is open. So even if nobody is down here, you're more than welcome to come into the shop as long as Winslow's is open. So that is right now, Wednesday through Sunday, and we just started our dinner service yesterday. So we're open till 8 o'clock.
All right, perfect. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
you're welcome. Thank you.
That's going to do it for me, Angella Sharpe, with On the Road in the Kitchen. So much fun here, but I'm going to send it back to the studio and Angella Hochman. She's got Winslow's table right there.
Okay, welcome back to In the Kitchen here. Now I am joined by Brandon and Tara, both from Winslow's table over on Del Mar. But I have to say, checking out that last scene, Angella Sharpe looked like she had too much fun going shopping and grabbing a quick bite to eat all at the Cellar. One-stop shop.
It literally is.
Yeah, you know I had my bridal shower down in your beautiful Cellar.
Oh, you did? That's
magical,
awesome.
magical
That's
place.
awesome. It is a special place.
Yeah, so when we left off, I say we like I was really part of this, we're making this seasonal, it's a grain salad, which is a bestseller, purely vegan. So why don't we finish what we started and
We're
then
gonna put you to work.
Okay, let's do this, you guys. We're gonna venture into a crazy sandwich that I cannot wait to get my hands
So
into.
this is our pickled shallot vinaigrette. I get a little
Okay,
squirt.
you
Go
tell
ahead.
me when,
I'll
because
tell you
I've
when.
got a heavy hand.
So these grains, that's good right there.
Oh, that's nice.
Grains will really absorb a lot of that,
yeah.
a lot of that vinaigrette.
Pickly.
So we'll go on next to our marinated kale.
This almost looks pretend because it is so bright and green and shiny.
You just kind of lightly blanch that first, Brandon.
Okay.
Here we
Just a little bit?
Yep.
Okay.
But even if you're making
Go a
this at
little
home,
bit
if it
more.
was raw, it's still gonna be delicious.
Perfect. I swear, mine is not this bright at home. I don't know.
Well, shocking it in the ice water makes it just keep that
Yes.
super vibrant green color.
Blanching of it. Okay.
Then we'll go into our roasted shiitake mushrooms.
Oh my gosh. Fabulous. And where do you also find these at the previously mentioned farms?
No, those are those coming from
We get
mushrooms naturally, or?
we get them from a variety of people.
Cool.
Just depends on what we can get at the time.
Right.
But there's some really good mushroom purveyors in St. Louis that
Okay.
mushrooms naturally and then Ozark
Sorry,
Forest
mushrooms.
mushrooms. So yeah, we're actually
Awesome.
kind of fortunate to have some great resources.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing that
Yeah.
little inside scoop. Are we going all
Nope.
in with the mushrooms? Or
We're
this
gonna
is
go
plenty?
next with our diced roasted squash.
This one here.
Oh, that's so pretty too. Nice and earthy.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
You want to go all? Yeah, that would probably go
Let's
all.
just
all the
bam.
squash.
You never have
There we
many
go.
veggies.
No, especially that bright and orange.
Go into our salt. We'll go ahead and sprinkle some salt in there.
Some salt.
Some
or
salt.
like,
I'll tell you
okay.
when.
But this is a great, honestly, you can make this at home and riff on whatever you've got in your fridge. Like it's a great catch-all kitchen sink,
Yes.
like a grain salad. So we use a blend of farro and wheat berries that are the base of it.
perfect.
And you almost can't overcook them. They're really hearty. You boil them like
Yes.
pasta. It's like, honestly, we keep them in the fridge and then you're just like, what do we have left over? Grain salad.
I love that, just being so resourceful and like, what do I want today? You could make 100 different modifications
You sure
of
could.
this.
We
Absolutely.
do a lot of really cool things with it. Chef Michael showed us, introduced me to making different risottos with it.
Oh,
Yeah,
I bet
which
it's-
again is nice too because you're not worried about that like kind of messing it up. So if
Right.
you want to mix that up real good and then we'll
Okay.
plate this while Brandon's working on the oyster mushroom Reuben.
So I have a habit of falling in love with anything seasonal on menus.
Yeah.
How often does your menu change?
Well, that all just depends on the season.
Yeah, okay.
Winter, it changes a lot, but not as much during spring and summer. Our farmers, we get a weekly list of what they have available, and then for the following week, what they're looking to have available.
Okay.
So it's really fun playing with that, and then Chef Michael, Aaron, and I will sit down and just kind of brainstorm with different ideas or dishes that we've had in the past that are really good, that we kind of want to do our own riff on.
Is that why you brought back the smash burger? Because people were losing their minds over it?
Yeah, so we did temporarily pivot away from the burger because we moved our other restaurant, Taqueria Marita, to Winslow's, was there at night for the winter time.
Yes,
Because it's an
so-
outdoor concept at Vicia, needed a home for the winter time. So that was what we were doing up until a few weeks ago. And now that is moving back over to Vicia, it's back for burgers.
Back
So,
and forth. So
yeah.
talk to me just a bit about what else is part of Take Root Hospitality. You mentioned Taqueria Morita.
Yeah, so we started with Vicia, which is our kind of, fine dining restaurant, if you will.
Yes.
So really farm to table to the point where we don't have a menu. So we are able to create every night a 3-course farmer's feast, which is truly based on what's in season and what's available.
I've had some of the best food there.
Thank you.
Like, right when you open, I'm like, I've never had a compressed watermelon, but let's try
it, right?
It was so good. And is it true Jerry Seinfeld ate there?
Yes.
That did happen.
What
That
did
did
he
happen.
order? I need the scoop.
I just remember he got the corn soup.
He's
I
like,
remember
well,
he
did
got
they
the
all
corn
the
soup.
This
vegetable
was in the
corn?
summertime. Yeah, that was I'll never forget that. That was an interesting one. That was right when we opened, I
Yes.
feel like, too.
He was doing something at WashU. He's doing some type of, I don't know.
Go back and get a quick degree or something.
We've had some fun people come in, but yeah, Vicia is the spot to go to really kind of, experience wonderful, warm
Yes.
hospitality, fine dining service, but it's a comfortable experience too. But we literally create a menu for you, so you just tell us if you don't have any dietary restrictions, we work around those, and then we take it from there. So that's really
amazing.
unique. Winslow's, our second restaurant, is kind of, like I said, all day, perfect spot for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, bakery, our shop, in the cellar.
Shop. I mean, yeah, you kind of thought of everything. Talk about the newest spot,
Yes.
which is dangerously close to us.
It is Bistro La Florisone, so
Yes.
that is on Wydown in Clayton, and was the former Bar La Frere, owned by the wonderful Zoe Robinson. So we were one of the fortunate ones to take the reins on her
Yeah.
spots, and we opened last summer. French restaurant, bistro style, really elegant and beautiful, and the food is so good. But it's a bistro too. You can come in for a glass of wine.
Yeah.
Have some oysters, stay for a full meal, come over for dessert. We have a wonderful patio. We can't wait to open here.
I know.
In
Again,
the warmer
cue the
weather.
sunshine.
So yeah, so that's that. And then the taqueria, which is phenomenal Baja style Mexican cuisine. Chef Aaron, our culinary director, is from Southern California, and this is based on his family heritage and life
perfect.
experiences. And it is just, I kid you not, like they're just. I mean, Brandon, when the taqueria is open, was there about 1 to 2 times a week. So
He's
Like, I
choice.
don't need it, I want it.
and it's in a beautiful outdoor garden space at
Yeah.
Vicia over in the Cortex, and that'll be open
Perfect.
April 12th. But we
Wow,
got our
lots
grain
going
salad here.
on.
I'm just
We
gonna
got
have
the
you do the
grains
finishing
going.
touch, which
Oh,
is
yeah.
chili oil. So do you like things spicy?
Yes, bring
Okay.
it.
So just
Rev up
kind of drizzle that around.
metabolism.
And then we always like to have a little bit of acid to kind of cut through some of the kind of more salty flavors. So this is some pickled squash, which is great. So
I've
that's
never
kind of
seen
nice
just
and bright.
beautiful
And then we
yellow.
always use a little Malden sea salt to add a little extra salt.
And while I'm working so hard on this salad,
Yes.
what was cooking over here
I know, it
next
smells
to
so
me?
good.
I know.
Okay, so we make all of our bread from scratch at Winslow's, and this is really important to us. And so what we did is just toasted off some of our rye bread,
Okay.
and while I heat these mushrooms up, I'm going to throw this in the oven to melt it.
Do it. Melt away.
So yeah, the Reuben is like a wonderful take on a classic, very meat-heavy sandwich.
Yes,
but
yes,
swinging in a
traditionally
totally different direction
not
and
veg.
being vegetarian. So this is a great option, whether you eat meat or not, but just to kind of have a really hearty, satisfying sandwich.
Just based on what's about to go into it, you are not even thinking about meat. You're so focused.
You can
on-
smell it.
Yeah,
It smells.
it's amazing.
And the sauerkraut is made in-house, right?
Yes,
Yeah, everything. Literally
These
everything
are-
with the sandwich.
These are mushrooms
The cheese.
from
That work.
JT at Mushrooms Naturally out in O'Fallon, Missouri.
Okay, JT's your guy?
JT?
Okay.
Yep, JT, or we get them from Nikolai at Ozark Mushrooms. They have a hub off Sarah Street right by Vicia.
Perfect.
So it's pretty accessible from
Yeah.
Winslow's.
But Brandon marinates these and smokes them outside on the grill out at Winslow's, so they get a
Are
chance
people
to.
outside just going like this.
We do it in the back, so I don't know if anyone sees it, but if you're lucky
People
enough to
drive
live
by.
behind us.
People drive by and give you the.
I'm gonna reroute our afternoon walks
Yes,
over
just
there
go through
and
the back,
just.
the back alley.
Do you think our bread's done in the oven?
I'll need just a few more seconds.
Okay.
So we'll hit it with a little bit more salt. But the sauce is basically taking the rub that you would use for pastrami, and we use mushrooms throughout the menu, and we don't like to throw anything away. So we save the stems from the shiitake mushrooms
Okay.
and bloom all of the spices that you would have in the rub
Mm-hmm.
into the actual mushroom stock, and
Holy
then thicken
cow.
it up. So lightly roast them in the oven just to where they kind of get a little bit more firm,
Mm-hmm.
and then toss it in that. They're like sponges, so they'll absorb a lot of that liquid, and then you caramelize them on the grill and smoke them with apple and pecan wood. Pull them off and then toss them in a coarse pastrami rub, and then a little bit more of that liquid and portion them out.
A lot of love.
Wow, I was just gonna say, you're literally cooking with so much love.
A lot of love.
Brandon, I have to pick your brain because are you the man that created the more inclusive, less stressful kitchen culture? And why doesn't everyone do that? What does that mean to you?
Yes, what it means to me is that as a cook, you have a voice, and if you have an idea that you can feel free to voice it and get your menu ideas and stuff on the actual menu, and kind of just make sure everybody feels comfortable with being at work and not feeling like they're walking on glass around anybody. Because sometimes, working in a kitchen, it can get intense,
Yeah, stressful, kind of like they show on TV. There's
I mean,
so much going on, many cooks in the kitchen, and it can get wild.
Yeah, Brandon's done an amazing job of really creating this positive culture at Winslow's that I'm super proud of, and I think that's a testament to him as a person, but also kind of what he's learned over the years, and I'm just really proud of the team we have, and just the environment that we've been able to kind of hone in over the years.
I'm telling you, people can feel that.
And that's that when you walk in, like that warmth and community feel, like it matters. So
absolutely.
There's a phrase that they always say is happy people, happy food, and it really shows.
People, happy food, that's true. I mean, think how often are we gathering around the table, breaking bread with people? You want it to be a pleasant experience, so.
Absolutely.
Thanks for bringing your vibe from the kitchen to your food and almost to my stomach. Is it almost time to eat? That
Absolutely.
looks so good.
So we make our own sauerkraut.
Is that for one person?
This is for
believe it or
one
not,
person.
yes, it is.
Yes.
So you won't leave hungry at Winslow's.
I mean, my husband likes sandwiches, but that's huge. That's the size of my head.
I know. So the sauerkraut, the Thousand Island, and those mushrooms. So kind of all those flavors you expect from a Reuben, just kind of spin it on its head a little bit.
Yes, make you feel a little bit better about eating Reubens maybe
Exactly.
more often.
Yeah.
Really quick, do each of you have a favorite menu item at Winslow's?
I'm a sucker for the breakfast burrito, which I am just obsessed with. It's kind of inspired by our taqueria, Marita, so that's where it came to the menu, but it has tater tots inside, which I love.
What?
And the eggs are always cooked perfectly, and it's wrapped in this really phenomenal tortilla we get from Yoli Bakery in Kansas City. They're like thin, so it's like, I hate when you eat a burrito and you just get that like hunk of dried tortilla at the bottom. It's not like that at all, and it comes with this excellent salsa that we make, so I'm a big fan of that. What about you, Brandon?
you're
I
up.
enjoy our grilled chicken sandwich. We grill it about halfway and then poach it with some grilled onions and vegetables to where it creates like a smoky chicken stock. Then we pick it, and when we pick it up on the flat top, we hit it with a little bit more of that smoked chicken stock, provolone cheese, and then we're big on no waste, so we don't throw anything away from the broccoli, so we save all the stems, peel them, grill them, and then marinate it in the form of like a jardinara with red onions, bell peppers, fennel, and black pepper. And then we give the broccoli what you would say a haircut after we grill it, and we use the top of the florets and mix it with an herb pesto.
Oh my gosh.
It's really good.
It's
It's
really
like,
good.
yeah,
So,
it's one of my
just like
go-to
a
lunch
regular
orders.
chicken sandwich.
Yes.
Basically.
Nothing is regular about your menu, and I love that. I'm really hungry. Is it eating time?
I think so.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's do this. Clear out things. Script needs to go over there. Let's try this.
This is your creation, so I hope you like
But there's
it.
3 spoons, so let's get in here. This was a group effort, you guys.
Absolutely.
All right, I'm
absolutely.
gonna take a little bite here, and I'd love for you two to jump in and join me.
And you can pick the grain salad up too in our case in pints, so you can kind of just have it in your fridge, which is awesome.
Oh my goodness. I'm a sucker for hummus. I would be scraping
I
the
know.
bowl. You can use that bowl again when I'm finished with it.
It's
Can
so
we get into
flavorful.
this?
You might need to cut that into smaller pieces.
How does one eat this pretty? Forget it.
No.
We're not. We're going all in.
It's a messy sandwich, but sometimes messy is
No, really.
delicious.
What's bigger, my head or this sandwich? This is
No comment.
so pretty. Thank you so much, Chef. Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna take a bite. You wanna try that one?
I'm good.
Okay.
We'll save it for you. Should have brought extra napkins. It's a 5 or
good.
6 napkin sandwich, so absolutely.
Holy cow.
Tastes like meat.
I'm not thinking about meat right now.
Yeah, and it's not like fake meat. It's just really
It is the real deal.
well-treated mushrooms.
The best part about it though is when you go and eat the grain salad or most of our dishes on the menu, you don't feel bogged down. It's
Exactly.
more so to give you energy throughout the day
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah,
continue
yeah.
to knock those
Yeah, you're filling yourself with nice, sustainable, clean, healthy, local ingredients. You guys, thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
Hanging in the kitchen with me. I had so much fun. I learned so much. I've had some of the best bites of food I've had in a while. You guys definitely check them out. Their new spot is right in the heart of U-City. It's on Del Mar, a lovely place for families now all hours of the day. They don't take reservations, so you just stroll on in when you want a delicious bite. Make sure you follow them on social media. You're gonna get hungry, especially if you're on their Instagram, where there's some delicious things going on too. The website is always the latest happenings. Again, Take Root Hospitality is turning this city upside down. I am so thankful that you two visited me today in the kitchen. That's gonna do it for this episode of In the Kitchen. But on the next one, okay, my Italian heart is beating so fast because we've got Anthonino straight out of the hill that's gonna join me. So follow STL TV on social media while you're on there. And if you're out and about eating at a great restaurant and you're like, oh, they'd be good on the show, send us a message. We want to know. The show is all about you. So thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.